New crepes, bruv. Call these the Milanio special. Peak off season, peak food. She's 2 days out and she's about to get shown up.
Huh? Tens for weaklings.
Say again?
Tens for the weaklings. I could do this with one finger.
Sorry?
I could do this with one finger.
That's fine. I'm just taking this one slow. 3 more like that. Three, good, nice. You there?
Okay.
I've got a question for you as well. So I've got some that I got asked. Right, you ready? So this one's from Jack. What have you learnt during this prep and what's been the biggest things you've taken away from it?
The biggest thing?
Yeah, just the biggest lessons you've learnt during this prep. Maybe about
Listen
yourself.
to you.
I'll take that one. I think it's been more challenging.
Enjoy it.
Would you say,
No.
from the hunger standpoint compared to last year? I know you felt the hunger more than you did last year.
Yeah.
But then that's also relevant because you're leaner this time, so.
But then it's been all right the last 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, I think about food and I crave it, but no, it's good. Good.
Cool. And that leads into the next question. Someone's asked on here. How do you deal with the cravings and how do you like?
I make my other half eat them.
It's one way.
So if like I say a donut, I'll buy my other half a donut and then I'll smell the donut and watch him eat the donut, and that still gives me the same buzz.
Two, one, yep. Oh. Oh. I lost all grip. That's skating on ice. Woo.
I'll do that one again.
So, Jasmine asked, did you expect to see yourself in the position you are now?
No.
What did you expect, or did you have no expectations?
None.
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 You kind of just watched it go through as the process has unfolded, yeah?
Yeah.
And what would you tell yourself, looking back in hindsight now, to like the lady you was, let's say, 20 months ago before you started with me?
I'd probably say you have got the confidence, you can do it, you can smash it. Back then, I might have had a better year like last year. Pull up, Shet.
Huh?
Pull up, Shet.
What do you want to do?
I want to do a pull up. Spotting him.
One more. Yep. Good job. Go a bit of a break. You just asked me to do pull-ups.
I know, but they're...
Can I do pull-ups? Do them. Give me a break.
It's pumped, look.
That's women.
I'm pumped already, look.
Okay, let's go slower then. Just do the single arm rope ones like that. Really light, please.
Too light. I don't have my own strength.
Just one more. Yeah. How are you feeling about Milan?
Emotional, to be honest. Like the smells that, like mango, you understand where I say it's got like that Italian smell, hasn't it, in the atmosphere?
What, just reminds you and takes you back, yeah?
Yeah, and then it sort of brings back memories of my mum and yeah. I think it's going to be really hard this Saturday, emotionally.
But you're also using that emotion as fuel, aren't you? Like, it's not a, even though it's a sad emotion, you're channeling that into a positive outcome. You put that in your sessions for the past 20 months now, and that energy you're putting into your sessions, which is bringing about a positive outcome. So you're using it in a constructive way.
I mean, God, I'd love to smash it. I'd love to walk away with a pro card. Who wouldn't? But obviously the reasons behind it all and why I'm here and why I even started bodybuilding, that would just be insane. And the fact that obviously I lost both parents 3 weeks apart, and it's going to be, or would have been, my dad's birthday on Monday. So to go home with a pro card as well would be insane.
Do a little bit of pec deck? Yeah? So a light-hearted one, and I probably already know the answers, I've heard you say it a million times. What's the first thing you have in post-show?
Well, this time round,
Yeah. As soon as you get off that stage Saturday, what's the post-show?
my dairy-free, gluten-free chocolate bar.
Anything
nugget.
else?
2 actually. I've got a nugget one and a peanut one.
Yeah.
And then a bowl of olives.
Restaurant-wise, anything?
I'm going to say pizza, but if I don't do dairy and gluten-free, it's going to end up being chicken salad, which is what I have anyway. So yeah, probably a large chicken salad with olives. Yeah, Monday I've got a donut time, gluten-free, dairy-free donut, and it's chocolate. Right. 2 sets on there. That's not my PB. 14's my PB now.
A little bit more chest. you come on this chest press machine with me. We'll see how it feels.
Your shoulders are huge.
Not like yours.
They are. They're only little. Have you ever done this machine before?
Yeah, leave it there. And then just do some kickbacks.
Yeah, I can do that with the girls.
With the girls, yeah? Just really light, really light.
Yeah.
Like what we do before we go on stage, just really light.
Yeah.
I feel like I have to keep an eye on her. It's like a baby. I'm like, what's she doing now? Like, no, she's bench pressing 100 kilos, fuck's sake. So someone's put, what is the plan / dream moving forward after this show?
Dreams to get a pro card, maybe Olympia.
Yeah, I like the way you was hesitant about that. You know, that's cool, because I think we originally spoke about this being our last season, didn't we? We wasn't sure what the plan was going to be and how your body would respond to the prep, but I'd even go as far to say you've responded better in this prep than you did the first prep.
Now, if a pro card doesn't happen, then I'll go again next year.
Yeah.
But I'll go early part of the year.
Yeah, I think so. We know we've got a pro-worthy physique now, so as we keep saying, it's a matter of time and place,
Yeah.
so we'll show up until we get one.
And also, it's just proving that if I can keep going till I'm in my 60s, that if I can do it, anyone can do it.
Yeah.
You know, the stage is not just for the young girls. So look out. You know, women that have messaged me saying I was going to give up, I thought I was too old, but like...
Who was that?
Loads of like girls that do figure and bikini that have said, oh, I was going to pack it up because I'm too old now, but like, no, because like you're still going
And you're improving year to year, season to season. Oh, here's a good one. How do you personally navigate injuries and niggles as you get older alongside training?
try preventing getting them in the first place, but I work through it.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. So adjusting your programming as you get older is something that you need to do.
Yeah.
Like we've even spoke about it before, like you love training heavy, like you'll see as I mentioned through this video, but there is a time and a place to be like, right, a free weight movement isn't the safest thing to do right now. You can still grow your back on a machine, same way you can a free weight. So don't run the risk of doing the free weight just because you like it, because the trade-off of you then getting injured is 3 to 6 months off the gym, and that's just not worth it instead of doing something more sensible. So I know we've done that with your training. This prep, we changed all rep ranges to everything above 8, just so we wasn't going in that lower part. I think there was an odd session where you went 6 or 7, but predominantly we did change the rep ranges. And I know we had a few niggles and things come up in prep.
My shoulder issue, that held me back for a long time,
Yeah,
didn't it? So
yeah.
we came off the 140, 130, 120s on the incline bench press. We dropped it to 80 and you increased reps to like 12 to 14 for 2 sets. And then I've had treatment done on my shoulder. My shoulder, touch wood, is way better. I'm now back on pull-ups and smashing them out again. And on the incline bench press, I'm back up to 120. Might not be for the 8 to 10 reps, but I still managed to get 6, nearly 7, wasn't
And
it?
pain-free.
And pain-free, yeah.
And mentally, how do you deal with that if there was a setback? Because like we had your shoulder come up, like, because there's some women that will let that knock them down and stop training. How do you mentally deal with that?
It knocked me back. It pissed me off big time, but I didn't let it stop me training. The same with my back. The amount of times I've hurt my back, but I don't let it stop me. I'll still go and do glute drive. All right, I've dropped it from 250, which was the CAS glute drive. I'm now doing the full range motion, and I think I've got up to about 180 before Pro Fat Day. So
just changing and adapting.
180 is still a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Can't get up to do the pull-ups, so it's so bloody hard. Yeah. The pull-ups are just so.
This is what you call a tyre. Blue bags on your shoes and pink straps. Oh. So a couple of questions I got in the Q&A. First one was, how can I push my clients that extra 5% more with condition? And again, this can be the difference between like the final 2 to 3 pounds, which does make the difference between kind of first and second on stage. Like we know with Adriana, the show, the Two Bros KC Classic, the reason that she won both and held her own against some very good girls was that, in my opinion, difference between 2 to 3 pounds in condition. And I don't think, of course, there's going to be things you can do in the coaching process from like a timeline standpoint or a supplement standpoint to edge you that kind of final bit. But personally, what I found in my experience is it comes down to mindset in them deeper moments of prep. And the person that's willing to embrace them hunger levels and really channel the reason that they're doing it into that kind of final part of the process is what separates. And for her, she's got deep, congruent reasons with prepping. Obviously, she mentioned there about her family and how obviously the reason she got started with bodybuilding was originally from grief, and an energy like that is nothing compared to like embracing a bit of hunger. And I do definitely think it's that final part of the process where you need to really tap into the reasons that you're doing it. And from a coach's standpoint, play on that with your client, and not in a negative way, but just remind them of the reasons that they're doing the process and the difference that that tiny percent can make when they're able to really dial their mindset in alongside the plan. Because we've all had it where we've got the perfect plan in place and we're just not seeing the changes. And again, that's not saying the client isn't sticking to it, but having a client emotionally invested in the process, just as physically through following the changes, is what makes a difference in my opinion. So this is a good one to cover, as Adriana's peaking process is very different to anyone that I've peaked before. Now, she has incredible lines, like you've seen through some of the pump-up sessions there, like the fine cuts in the delts that she's got can sometimes be blurred through the typical like carb loading process. So what I found with Adriana is the best way to peak her is to front load at the start of the week by putting in the majority of our carbs then drop down to protein and fat and allow that kind of carb process to just slow down so she's not as like quote unquote full, and then a tiny bit of carbs on the day before the show. And that's always been the way I found with her to bring that perfect balance of not too flat, but still keeps the lines that really complement her physique. So again, it's one of those ones where we've learned that through the process. I've filled her to like 80 to 90%. She's still done well on one shows like that. But in my opinion, what makes a difference on stage is them fine details that she gets when she's just not loaded to 100%. So that's the best way I found to peak her from like a food standpoint. In terms of everything else, steps for her need to be a minimum. Obviously, she's not the most lower body dominant anyway. So doing far too much expenditure, even 2 weeks pre-show, we do see like a massive flattening off effect with her legs, especially in kind of like side shots. So that is something that we always keep on point with pre-show is minimal steps. And literally, I'll carry bags, as you guys have seen from the airport, and doing as much as I can to just make sure she's doing as little as possible. When it comes to supplements, as that was also asked in there, Peak Max is always something we've used, works extremely well, and again, somebody in her condition, we've never really had to use anything kind of like pharmaceutical to drive that drying out process, as she is literally just skinned, as you can see. So there's no need for any kind of peaking process involved like that. When it comes to her mindset in peak week, it's one of those ones where I can have as much input as I can as possible, but I know she's extremely competitive and also likes to spend far too much fucking time on Instagram. So trying to get her to come off of that pre-stage so she's not looking at everybody that she's competing against, even if she's beat him in the past, is a really good way for me to keep her mindset on edge and just let her do her thing come show day. Good. No, that's fine like that. Boom. Teeth. Bang. Good. Quarter turn. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. So fresh. Rest. Don't need to see any more.